Math Champions. In this video, you're going to learn about factorizing algebraic expressions. Before I get into the topic, I will start with arithmetic numbers and I will connect it to algebra. Okay. In that way, you will be able to start with what you already know, and then you will be led to understand algebra, right? And I've always told you that algebra is nothing but generalization of arithmetic concepts, right? Arithmetic means concept with using numbers. Okay, you must have heard this word called factor. Where have you learned this word called factor? Just think and see. You would have heard it when you are talked about highest common factor, when you have talked about multiplication, right? So when we are saying, let's say, when we are saying 16, okay, 16. How can we get 16? Uh, when we multiply 2 multiplied with 8, we get 16. And this 16 is called as a product, and whatever you have multiplied to get that number 16, these are called factors. So what it actually means to factorize, you would have learned this also. How to factorize 16? You would have learned that, okay, 2 times 8. So 2 times 4, 2 times 2. Oh, so the factors of, how do I factorize 16? Prime factorization of 16 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That means when I multiply like this, I'll get this 16. You've heard this. This is called prime factorization. Basically, you would have they would have given you a number, which is the product, and you now have to find out what things when you multiply, you will get this. That is called factorization of a number. In arithmetic, you've already learned. Correct. Okay, and also in the previous video, you learned about how to multiply things also, isn't it? How to multiply algebraic expressions. If you have not learned it, so at the link given in the description, in the beginning of this video, in the top right corner, you would have got the link for understanding the multiplication of two algebraic expressions. Understand that, learn that. If you don't understand that, then you will not be able to understand this. Just like if you don't know this multiplication, you cannot do this factorization. Just like that, if you don't know the multiplication of, say, x plus 3 multiplied by x plus x minus 4, if you do not know the multiplication of these algebraic expressions, then you will not be able to understand the factorizing of algebraic expression. Okay? Okay, so how did we do this? Just a quick recap about it. What did we do? We took this x and multiplied with both of these things. That means basically x was multiplied with x minus 4. Both with x also and minus 4 also. Then we multiply this 3 with entire, right? So 3 gets multiplied with x minus 4. That is how you did it, right? That is how you did it. What is the meaning? Later on you got like x with the x gives you x square. X with a 4, minus 4 gives you a minus 4x. This 3 with the x gave you a plus 3x. Then 3 with the minus 4 will give you a minus 12. And then the like terms you have added them so that you have got plus 1x minus 12. Right? This is what you have got. So this is the factors which were multiplied to give you this product. Correct? Just like 2 and 8 was multiplied to give you 16. 2 and 8 are the factors, 16 is the product. So these are the factors and you got this as a product. Now we are going to do the reverse. That means they have given us this product. Okay? They have given us this product. Now we have to find the factors. Okay? Let's imagine, okay, what I'm going to do is, let's think I don't know this entire part. This part I don't know. It's not visible to me. It's not visible to me. Let's say they have given me this and they've asked us to factorize. That means find out what two expressions, when I multiply, I can get this. Okay, so how to go about doing this? How to go about doing this? Okay, there's a way, there's a trick that has come about, but I'll also tell you how the trick has come about. Okay, whenever you see the last item, last term, right? Last term that you would have got by the multiplication of this, and this, right? Okay, so if you see here, see 3 and minus 4, you have got the minus 12. Always it will be like that. Because this is a constant, this is a constant. Final, this is also constant. So you would have got like that. So this minus 12 is the product. And now you have to find out what are the two factors that can give me this product, right? Then maybe many different things are possible, right? 1 and 12 is possible, right? With 1 and 12 also I can get this 12. Or 2 and 6, when I multiply also, you can get 12. Or 3 and 4, I can get 12. And because it's a subtraction, I can either put, because it's a negative number, I can multiply a negative here also, or I can have a negative sign here also. Either way, this is going to give me a minus 12. But we don't know how to decide that, isn't it? Okay, this is one part. And the second thing, if you notice, what is happening here is the center number, right? This number has come because 3 got multiplied with this x. This minus 4 got multiplied with this x, isn't it? Okay. So what is happening? This plus 3x and minus 4x means this basically both are going to be a like terms when we multiply like this, and those two have joined together to get some number called minus 1. That means to say that the addition of the two factors, these two addition, right? We've added them. That is how we got minus 1x. The addition of these two should also satisfy this minus 1, correct? The multiplication of the two factors, whatever factor this is, okay? This multiplication of the two factors is giving me 12, minus 12. This, I can write it like this, or I can write it 1 and a negative 12. Okay, let me write that also too for you, for your understanding. Let me make it. Let me write all the different scenarios also. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 12, 6, and 4. All these combinations will give me a minus 12, isn't it? But now, the point is, I have to see which of the two things when I add, I will get a minus 1. When I add these two, I'll get a minus 11. When I add these two, I mean, I'm talking about this, right? I'm talking about this. When I'm adding these two, I'm going to get a plus 4. When I'm adding this one, plus 1. When I'm adding this, minus 11. Sorry. I made a mistake. Here it's a plus 11, right? Plus 11 I'll get. Here minus 11. Here minus 4. Here minus 1. Wow. So finally I got this thing where the addition is giving me a minus 1. So I don't need all of this. I don't need this and all. Because this only is satisfying both the conditions. What? The multiplication of these two is giving me this. And the addition of these two is giving me a minus 1, which is in the middle. Okay. So beautiful. So what I can do is, I can write this x square as it is. And this minus 1x, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to write as plus 3x minus 4x. How did I get it? Where did I get it from? I got it from this place. It's plus 3 minus 4. Why did I write this x? Because when we add these things, I should get back this, right? I should get a minus 1x. I should get it back. So that is why I am writing the x also. Because these are like terms. Plus 3x minus 4x is going to give me a minus 1x. So basically, I am not changing anything. I'm not changing anything. If you see here, the same thing has come. This one thing, I have split it into two things. Right? Minus 1 can be split as plus 3 minus 4. And I have done that. And minus 12 as it is, I'm going to write. So basically, I have not changed anything. Then what I'm going to do is, next step, I am going to group the things, okay? I'm going to group this much and I'm going to group this much. Why? I will tell you. We have learned factorizing simple things also, simple terms we have learned. So when x square plus 3x, both these things are there, how do you factor? What is the common thing between this and this? X is common. X is common. And what is left out for us now? X is left out in the first term, 3 is left out in the second term. Okay. Now, coming to this, grouping, what is the common? You would say there is a 4 here. So the factors are 2 and 2 or 4. Okay. Here the factors are 1, 2, 3, 4. So the common factor is 4. Okay. But then remember, there is a minus here also in this term also and this term also. That means there is a minus 4 which is common. Minus 4 which is common here also because minus 12 can be written as minus 4 multiplied by 3, isn't it? So minus 4 is common in both the things. Now what is left out in the first term? Minus also is taken out. 4 is also taken out. So whatever is left is only x. Now out of this minus 12, the minus 4 was already taken. So what multiplied with minus 4 will give me a 12? It is a 3. So what is left out? Just a plus 3 is left out. So plus 3. Okay. So I did this kind of grouping. Now look at this wonder. Look at this wonder. What is happening is this x plus 3 and this x plus 3. If you consider this as one term and if you consider this as one term, in these two terms, x plus 3 is common. This x plus 3 is common. So I am going to take out the common thing, right? I'm going to take out the common thing, which is out. I'm going to take out it common outside. And now I'm going to write what is left out. In this term, what is left out? X plus 3 is multiplied with x. So the x is left out. This x, in the second term, what is left out? X plus 3 is multiplied with the minus 4. So minus 4 is left out. Wow, good, beautiful. Because it was common, I was able to take it out. Right? I was able to take it out. Right? So now I have got this. If you see here. Clear? And now I know that x plus 3 is multiplied with x minus 4. And this is how I have done the factorization. Now, I want you to notice something very, very beautiful. Look at these steps. Look at these steps. You would see exact, whatever was not visible to us here. Look at this step and this step. They are exactly same. Right? Just that plus 3 has come this side, minus 4 has come that side. That's all. Otherwise, everything is same. Look at this and this. They are exactly same, isn't it? Just that one has come this side, one has come that side. That's all. But otherwise, also it's the same thing. And finally, we have got the question itself back. That's the meaning of factors, right? When we multiply the factors, we should get a product. When we multiply the factors, we got a product. When we multiply, we get the product. Now, from the product, when we factorize, we get the factors. Are you able to see the beauty of it? If you have not been able to fully understand, start from the beginning of the video and go through again. However, we'll do a quick recap of yet another example so that you will be able to understand what's happening. And if you have not understood this one, this till here, I would highly recommend you to go back to the beginning of the video and start from there before you continue to understand one more problem, one more thing. Why? I'm saying because when I do the second problem now here, you will just look at the method and mug up the method, which is not going to help you. Because when you are encountered with real life problems, you will not be able to do mathematics if you mug up the methods. So don't do it. You are a math champion. You can find out your own ways of doing problems. So understand the concept and do the problems on your own. Okay? Okay. If you're confident that you've learned whatever I have taught you in this till now, very clearly you understood, then you go ahead and watch the next example that I'm going to talk about here. Here, I'm not going to start from the, multiplication. I'm just going to take two things, example, and I'm just going to factorize just like that. Okay. X square plus 6x plus 8. Okay. I'm just going to take a very simple thing. And everything is a plus also. Okay. So what do I know? I know that this is going to be my product. Right? The whatever terms are going to come, the second term and second expression, in the expression, the second term and second term, they get multiplied and give me a 8. I know that. So I'm going to take the factors of these. So the factors of this is 1 and 8, 2 and 4, and that's it. Okay, these are the only possible factors, and because it's a positive number, so there is no other options also. Okay, now which one of this is giving me the plus 6? So plus 6, which one is giving me a plus 6? Here this is giving me a plus 9. This is giving me a plus 6. Okay, so this is the option that I have to take. That means I'm going to split this 6x as 2x plus 4x. That's what I'm going to do. And remaining things I'm going to keep as it is. Then next I'm going to group these two and group these two. In this group, there is what is common is x. I take that common out. What am I left with? X I'm left out in the first term. 2 is left out in the second term. Now in the second group, what is common? 4 and 8. So 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 is having a factor of 4. So 4 is a common factor for 8 and 4. So I'm taking that out. What is left out in this term? X is left out. And what factor is left out in the 8? 2 is left out. 4 times 2 should give me 8, right? That you have to see. Okay, 4 times x should give me a 4x. X times 2 should give me a 2x. X times x should be a x square. This is a way I'm going to check, okay, whether I've done this properly. Okay, that is one way of checking. That means when I multiply this and this, I should get it back the above one. When I multiply this and this, I should get the above one back. That is the way I'm going to check. One more way of checking is, if you have done that factorization properly, you should be getting something common out of this whole process, right? Something you should have got something, whole process should have got something common. So the x plus 2 is common in both of them, both of these terms. Which are the terms you're considering? This is a one packet. This is another packet, okay? In this 2, x plus 2 is common. And what is left out in packets, okay? X is left out in the first one, 4 is left out in the second term, right? Okay. So I have factorized it. How do I know I have factorized it? If you see here, this is inside a bracket. This is inside a bracket. That means the final thing that has happened is between them, it's a multiplication. Final operation that's happening is a multiplication. That means I have got two linear expressions, which when multiplied will give me a this. Now, how do I verify that? Go ahead and do the multiplication and see whether you're getting that question back. How do we do the multiplication? If you remember, x is getting multiplied with both these things. So x square plus 4x. Then 2 gets multiplied this whole thing again. 2 is getting multiplied 2x, and 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. So if you see here, x square plus 6x plus 8. I got my question back, right? When I multiply, I should get the product, which was my question. And that is how I can see whether it's correct or not, right? So what is very important here in this entire thing is to find out this. This is what is very important. I hope you understood and very clear about how to factorize, quadratic. Remember, this is a quadratic expression. Why? Because the highest degree is a 2. So I forgot to tell that. So when we factorize the quadratic expression, we get two linear expressions. Two linear expressions as factors. Okay. Okay. With this, we come to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next video with yet other concepts of algebra. But as I always say, go ahead and solve many problems on your own. That is when you can be sure that you have mastered this concept. Not by listening to my video, only by practicing, you can be sure you have learned the concept. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.